Hey everyone, Andrew back again and welcome to another video, and for today's video I'm here to give my review of Halloween Kills. So this has been an agonising couple of weeks for me because the movie got released a couple of weeks ago in America and overseas, and then it only just came out here yesterday in Australia, but I can say it was well worth the wait. I did not watch any reviews prior to watching the movie myself, and I didn't really look up any spoilers or trailers either, so I pretty much went in completely fresh. And I've got to say I was blown away by this movie, especially considering I wasn't the biggest fan of Halloween 2018. To me, that is still a middle-of-the-road Halloween movie, and that movie had a lot of issues in my opinion. Now, I can 100% say that any previous issues that I had with the Halloween 2018 film were completely redeemed in Halloween Kills. Two key things especially, which I will get to throughout the review. Now, this will contain spoilers, so if you've yet to see this film, I would advise not watching this review because, yeah, I do want to talk a little bit in depth about the film and talk about a few major spoilers, characters, stuff like that. But yeah, went and saw this yesterday and yeah, it blew my mind. To me, this is a Halloween movie. It incorporates everything that I love about the franchise. Good characters. Michael Myers is incredible in this. The score is fantastic. The movie was shot extremely well. The cinematography was fantastic. The movie looks great. And yeah, it's just got that classic Halloween feel to me, in my opinion. So yeah, I absolutely love this film. Now, I did have one issue with the movie, which again I will get to, but other than that, I thought it was extremely well done and a massive step up and improvement from the 2018 film. Alright, so first I guess we'll talk a little bit about the beginning of the film, the opening, with the flashback scenes to the 78 film, which I thought were done incredibly well. I really liked that a lot. It definitely added something to the movie, I think, especially in terms of characters and storylines. So the flashback scenes were fantastic, really well done. Michael looked great. They captured the OG look of Michael perfectly. Also, Loomis made an appearance as well, which was fantastic. I think they absolutely nailed that. They did a great job on that, so I was very impressed with that. But yeah, all the flashback scenes were fantastic, and in my opinion added quite a lot to the movie and the storyline, so that was awesome. I also loved the opening credits. Classic opening credits right there. Amazing. As for the rest of the film, Michael looked incredible. Now, I know this is a bold statement, but this is one of my favourite portrayals of Michael ever. It blends two elements that I love about two different Myers characters, and that is the original Myers from 1978 and the Rob Zombie, Tyler Mane Michael. I think the two blended in perfectly within this film. So a lot of the times we really did get that classic Michael, but then in terms of the kills, he was extremely brutal, very similar to the remake Michael, and I think the two blended in really well. They worked seamlessly in my opinion, and yeah, when Michael needed to be a little more slower and classic, he was, and then when he had to turn things up and become more brutal in terms of all the kills, he did as well. Phenomenal. And this is a big step up from the 2018 film. I thought the kills in this were fantastic. There is a lot of them. They are brutal, they look nasty, and there's good variety as well, which I really, really liked a lot as well. So yeah, a massive improvement on the kills. The way the movie was shot, this movie looks fantastic. There's great use of lighting, and I was really, really impressed with the way they shot Michael. You know, there was a lot of different shots of his mask and just overall Michael in general, and it looked really, really awesome. Very reminiscent of the 1978 film. So yeah, I loved the way the movie was shot, and especially how they shot Michael in this film. There was a lot of great shots with him, different angles, and yeah, it looked absolutely phenomenal. The mask looked fantastic as well. I was a big fan of the look of the mask in this one. So yeah, James Dew Courtney did another amazing job portraying Michael once again. I love the story in this, especially because they kind of stepped away from the classic Michael vs. Laurie. Now, Laurie was in this, and she was absolutely fantastic, especially some of her dialogue sequences in this film were amazing. Her monologues and stuff like that, and just the dialogue in general. But yeah, the movie kind of put Jamie in the back seat a little bit, which I kind of liked. It gave other characters more time on screen, and it kind of changed up the storyline a little bit. It sort of focused more on the community in general. We got to kind of see what Haddonfield was a little bit more than previous films, which I really, really liked. It kind of had a more community focus in this one, which I liked, and I definitely think it worked really, really well for this movie. So yeah, I was impressed with the storyline. It added something different. It added a little bit to the current storylines within the franchise, especially during the flashback scenes with the police. The police were a little bit more of a central focus in this, and like I said, the community at large was a little bit more focused in this in terms of the story. However, that is where I do have one issue with this film, and that is Tommy Doyle. So a lot of characters came back in this one, or not came back because they were different actors, but yeah, we had Tommy, the nurse, and Lindsay and Lonnie. They were central characters within this film, which I thought were fantastic. However, I did find Tommy Doyle rather annoying at times. I just felt a lot of his dialogue and just performance in general was a little bit too much, a little bit too over the top. But other than that though, I really don't have any other issues with this film. So yeah, I really liked the direction they took with the storyline. It was something slightly different than your typical Laurie vs. Michael storyline, which is great as well. But yeah, I did really enjoy the storyline. Now, I know a few people have issues with the whole mob sequences within this film. I personally didn't mind them. I thought it was kind of a nice little social commentary on what's been happening in the world over the past couple of years, and I did think that they showed it in a pretty realistic way of something that would genuinely happen in this sort of situation. So yeah, I really didn't have an issue with them. Two of my all-time favourite characters, which I was absolutely stoked to see in this film, and they did play a pretty significant role and a purposeful role, which again I will get to. Now, this was an issue for me in the 2018 film. I just felt the movie was bogged down with way too many characters, pointless characters that really didn't add anything to the story or do anything, but they really tightened that up in this movie. All the characters, in my opinion, had purpose, they all had structure, and they all added something really, really awesome and interesting to the overall storyline. So yeah, the two Johns, the gay characters, I was absolutely stoked to see some gay representation in this film, and I think they handled it extremely well. You know, they were just a normal couple. They weren't over the top, they weren't silly, they weren't gimmicky, and yeah, they were great. I love the two Johns. Definitely awesome characters within this film, and to have two gay characters living in the Myers house, a gay couple in the Myers house, fuck yes, that was awesome to me. So yeah, I was stoked to see that. But yeah, I really enjoyed all the characters pretty much within this film. Yeah, like I said, I had a massive issue with most of the characters in the 2018 movie, but yeah, the characters were all really good in this one, so I was impressed with that. I really liked the score as well. It was something a little bit different from previous films, and yeah, it worked extremely well. So massive props to the score within this film. Absolutely loved it. I really loved the dialogue in the hospital between Laurie and Frank. That again added something a little bit more to the overall storyline, especially Laurie's story. So that was fantastic. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much covered everything that I really wanted to talk about in this film. I thought it was an amazing entry into my favourite horror franchise of all time. It blew my mind. It honestly exceeded my expectations. I kind of went into this knowing that I would probably enjoy it more than I did the 2018 film. But yeah, all the issues that I had with the 2018 film went quickly out the window with this one. You know, they really tightened up the story and characters in this one. They had a lot more purpose and structure. The kills were a lot better. And yeah, overall this was a phenomenal entry. So yeah, this is definitely a top 5 entry for me within the Halloween franchise. And I definitely will have to sit down and re-rank this franchise. But yeah, I cannot wait to rewatch this again. I thought it was absolutely amazing. I loved it. And yeah, that is pretty much really all I have to say within this review. So if you've seen this one, please let me know in the comments what you thought of it. And if you still haven't seen this one yet and you did watch this video, I definitely highly recommend this movie. A phenomenal entry into the Halloween franchise in my opinion. So that is it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and yeah, thank you for watching.